If you invest $10,000 today, how much money should you expect to make? If somebody promises you a 10% return, is that actually a good deal? Or are you getting ripped off for the amount of risk that you are taking? To answer that, you need to understand the three most fundamental pillars of modern investing, which are risk-free returns, risk premium, and equity premium. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how Wall Street price asset, how to calculate if a stock is going to gamble, and why different countries have completely different baseline for safe money. If you want to master your trades and stop guessing with your portfolio, hit that subscribe button and let's dive in. Let's start at the absolute ground floor, risk-free return. So in theory, a risk-free investment is an asset where your return is guaranteed and there is zero chance of default. In the real world, nothing is 100% risk-free, right? So we use it the next best thing, which is government bonds. These are issued by stable economies because a government can theoretically print its own currency to pay you back. These are considered the baseline. So if you do absolutely nothing but park your cash in the safest possible place, what do you earn? It depends heavily on where you live and on what currencies you use. Let's look at the current landscape. For example, US dollar. The US 10-year Treasury yield sit around 4% to 4.5%. This is the global benchmark. Second, euro. German bonds usually offer lower baseline yield, often around 2.2% to 2.5%. Indian rupees. India 10-year government bonds offer roughly around 6.8% to 7% because of local inflation dynamics. The last one is Japanese yen. Japan historically has ultra low rates sitting close to 0.8% to 1%. So, what is our takeaway? The risk free rate is your baseline opportunity cost. If a stock offers you a 5% return in the US, it is practically worthless because you can get over 4% from the US government for doing absolutely nothing. So, it's not worth to take a risk, you know, just for 5% return. So this brings us to our second concept, which is risk premium. What is risk premium? Nobody takes on risk for free. If you want me to step out of the safe zone of government bonds and buy a corporate bond or maybe a real estate or a peer-to-peer loan, you have to pay me extra. What will be that extra? The extra is the risk premium. Imagine the US government is offering you 4%, which is guaranteed on a bond. Now, a promising tech startup comes to you and say, "Hey, buy our corporate bond. I'll pay you 4%." What do you say? You say, "No way. Why to take the risk of a company going to bankrupt for the same return the government gives you? It's not worth it, right?" So the startup say, "Okay, we will pay you 9%. Now we have a deal. That 9% is your total expected return. So the 4% is your risk-free base. The different 5% is the risk premium. It is the financial compensation you require for the sleep you might lose worrying if the company will survive, right? So now let's move to the equity risk premium. Now let's look at the specific champion of the investing world, the equity premium, which is also been called equity risk premium. Why risk premium apply to any risky asset? For example, equity premium is specifically tailored to equity market as a whole compared to the risk-free bond. It represents the extra return investor demand for holding volatile stock instead of safe government debt. Historically, if we see over the last century, the US stock market, like for example S&P 500, has returned an average of about 10% per year. If historic risk-free treasury bill average around 4%, then Historically, our equity premium is 10% minus 4%, which is 6%. This means historically you are rewarded with a 6% premium every year for a chaotic up and down of the stock market. Why does this matter to you as a trader or a viewer? Because when a equity premium gets too narrow, meaning stocks are not offering much more than safe bonds, smart money start leaving the stock market and flowing into bonds. It changes how the entire market rotates. So let's tie everything together so we can use this in our next trade. How do we build the required return for any stock? You start with the risk free return, which will be our base. You look at the general equity premium, the market reward. You adjust it by how volatile the specific stock is, which is its beta. If a stock is twice as volatile as the market, you demand a much higher risk premium. If you are not calculating whether your stock picks are beating the risk free rate plus a healthy premium, you might just be taking massive risk for a return you could have gotten safely without sitting on your couch. So, the next time you see a flashy investment promising you a 8% yearly return, don't just look at the number, subtract your local currency risk free rate, calculate the true risk premium, and ask yourself, is the reward worth the risk? If you found this breakdown helpful, drop a comment below and letting me know what currency you trade in and what your baseline risk free rate is right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe